Hello everyone, and welcome back to my God Guides. And today, we're going over Bellona. Now Bellona is, well, I'm sure everybody's experienced the wrath of Bellona. She's a very strong character. She got nerfed recently for Xbox, and oh my god, thank you so much. She got too out of hand way too quickly before she got nerfed. And she could still get out of hand post nerf. She's still very good, very strong, one of the best gods in the game still. She's very good, and I've played a lot of her. I don't just play her because she's great and one of the best gods. I play her because I think she is really fun. Her kit's really fun, and I'll go into that whenever we get there. For those who have not played a whole lot of Bellona. Now, before I really start going over the builds, one thing that you have to remember now that she's been nerfed is you need to build defense on her. Before, when she was super strong for a nerf, you didn't really have to build defense if you don't want to. You could just go straight attack speed and, hey, you're good to go. Just because you could sustain so much from your 3. But now, things are a little bit different with her. You're going to need some defense. But she can still fight it out for a long time. Now, as far as starter items go, you got two choices. Well, I think you got two choices. This is all personal opinion by me. But I feel Bellona is very good at invading. Whether you're going to play her in solo or jungle. And if you're playing on invading, you should get a heavy hammer. It's very good. It's a very good item on Bellona anyway that you should build no matter what. But it's very good for invading, especially if the enemy team has a mage that's going to solo lane. You should always invade mages that go solo. It's very good. It's going to be hard for them to kill you just because you're Bellona, and it's going to be very hard for them to get away. They're probably going to die. If you pair up with maybe a Thanatos or someone else that has very good kill potential at level 1, oh man, it's just going to be a good time. I've had times where me and one of my friends will be Bellona and Thanatos start the game. We'd kill them, we'd kill both of them, we'd take their buffs at the beginning, and then one of them will come back and we'll kill them again for 3 kills at the very beginning of the game. It's crazy. It's good. But if you're not planning on, if you don't feel comfortable with invading, and you just want to start off with just a regular build, if you're playing solo, then just get Death Toll. Death Toll is going to be better than Bluestone, I think, on her. Now, Bluestone's never bad, so you can always use it, but with her Bludgeon, with that AoE auto attack, you're just going to get a lot of health back from Death Toll. That's pretty good. Of course, if you're jungling, you get Bumbus Mask. That's something different. I don't really feel that you need Hog with her in solo, although you probably should still pick it up, but it's still up to you if you want to get it or not. You definitely want it in jungle just to clear the jungle camps faster early, and yeah, of course you get your potions if you want them at the beginning. So that's that for the starter items. For core items, you want attack speed. Attack speed's very good on Bellona still. So I think Ninja Tabby is very good on her. Prefer it over Warrior. Now we were just talking about Heavy Hammer. Well, you'll eventually want to build it into Frostbite Hammer because Frostbite Hammer is very powerful in Bellona. It's going to make their attacks slower. And it's just going to help you stay alive longer. They're not going to be able to get away from you. It's going to give you extra health, which is something you definitely want on Bellona. Health is probably a little bit more important on Bellona than protection, just because she does get some protection from her passive, and her shield form will also block attacks. So I don't know. It's very good. Health is very important on Bellona. Next, Executioner. Executioner is very good on Bellona. It has attack speed, penetration, and just some damage. It's very good. And for the same reason, Equival is very good. It's kind of a cross between Frostbound and And Executioner, I would say. It doesn't have the slow or anything, but it gives you some penetration. Gives you more attack speed than Executioner will. But the biggest thing with it is it will drain some of their damage, some of the power, and give it to you. Now, it only drains the power from physical gods. So remember that. So if you're fighting against a lot of mages on the enemy team, or magical, don't really worry about it. It won't be worth it then. I would say that you don't have to build all 4 of these. I would at least get 3 of them. Preferably, of course, Ninja Tabby because you need boots. I would get Frostbound because it's so strong on her. And these 2, you can either get both of them or one of them. They're both really good. I usually switch up between them because I like them both, and I don't know which one I like better yet, but they're both very good. Some other options for damage, there's not a whole lot. If you want, I like to build my Bellona kind of very heavy and sustained, so sometimes I would get Death Gauntlets. I've tried Aussie. I'm not the biggest fan of Aussie on Bellona, but it's okay. Bloodforge is not bad. Death Gloves, probably the best option, I would say, just to give you the extra damage. But it's probably not going to be as strong as the top choices, but it's still a choice. I mean, Lifesteal is not bad on Bellona because she does have a lot of sustain already. And just giving her more sustain will just make her pretty crazy fights. Another item, Runeforge Hammer is very good on her. It's going to give you some extra health, give you more damage, give you more physical protection. Physical protection is very important in this game. And it's very good on. As far as defenses goes, Midgardian Mill, if they have I know at least in pro games and on the PC, I'm not sure, the Xbox meta right now is kind of crazy because there's a bunch of new people in there. Everybody's still trying things out, but every now and then you'll still see there being at least 2 hunters on an enemy team. If there's 2 hunters on an enemy team, Midgardian Mill is very good. Or just, they don't have to be hunters. Anybody that's just, if they have a bunch of guys that are basic attack focused, Midgardian Mill is very good. It's going to slow down their movement speed and attack speed when it procs. It's very powerful. It's going to give you a lot of health, some good protection. It's very good. My preferred physical protection for Bellona is Mystical Mail. Just because, especially with Frostbound Hammer, they're not going to be able to get away from you. They're going to be, all that damage from Mystical Mail is going to be ticking on them. And it's going to give you a lot of health, a lot of protection, and you're a Bellona. You're just going to stay in the fight for a long time. So if you're in the middle of a lot of them, actually only kick my mic. If you're in the middle of all of them, it's just going to be ticking on everybody. It's very good on Bellona. It's what I would recommend, but Midgardian Mill has its uses. Now as far as magical protection, I have Heart Ward here because it actually gives Bellona some stats she kind of wants. She can run out of mana. It doesn't happen that often, but she can. It gives you a pretty good bit of health. And, well, it also gives you some more physical protection, which you'll never complain about extra physical protection. Now, I know what you're thinking. The support is supposed to get Heart Ward Amulet. And support is usually supposed to. But ask your support, hey, do you want me to buy Heart Ward so you don't have to spend all your gold on trying to buy, Sovereignty and Heart Ward? Because we all know supports don't get that much farm in this game. At least not right now. We don't have the upgraded Traveler and Teleria boots yet. That doesn't completely solve the issue. Well, fix the problem, but that's going to help when it comes out. But as of right now, supports are going to be really far behind. And that's just kind of how they are. But if you don't want to get Heart Ward, I like to get Stone of Gaia. It's going to give you a lot of health regeneration, which I think is very good on Bellona. I mean, you already gain life back on your 3. You block attacks on your 1, so you could be healing back up. And if you get Lifesteal, I mean, that's just more health you're going to be getting. And she can get pretty out of hand with it. I've had some crazy games with her, with stuff like that, going to like 31-0. I mean, it's Bellona. She does whatever she wants. As far as some other items for defense, if your team is very heavily physical, you could get Void Shield if you want to. I don't think it's the best, but it's an option. I've already said Rune Forge. It's very good. Wing Blade is also a very good item that we should talk about here for a second. Wing Blade gives you pretty much everything Bellona wants. Main thing is she can't be slowed. Once every 30 seconds she gets slowed. Hey, she's just going to be even faster. She's already fast enough because of her passive. It's just going to give you extra base movement speed anyway without the passive. Get more attack speed. You want attack speed. Cooldown reduction. Cooldown reduction's good on anybody. And most importantly, what you want is health, because health is very good on Bellona. Other items, Magi's Blessing is very powerful if they have a bunch of CC. Bellona does not like to be stunned. No guy likes to be stunned, but the whole thing with Bellona about the whole big reason why it's hard to kill Bellona is because of her weapons that she can switch to. And if she's stunned, she can't use her weapons, and she just kind of dies. And also, Spirit Robes are also very good. They might not have a lot of hard CC, but if they have some stuff like roots, slows, Spirit Robes, and Ring Blade go pretty well together. It's pretty good. Although I would suggest Magi's because it does give you health, and Spirit Robes doesn't. But Spirit Robes still pretty good. And you could also go into Height of the Urchin if you want to. You could probably get away with just getting one physical. One defensive item. I like to get two, but if you just want to get away with getting one, then Height of the Urchin is probably the best. Because it's going to give you a lot of protection. It's going to give you some health, mana, everything Bellona wants. It's also very good. As far as actives, you can get Sprint 3 if you want to, but I don't think you really need to. Just because if you get Frostbound Hammer, you're not going to have much of a problem with sticking to people. But if you do want to get a sprint type active, you should get Heavenly Agility. It'll help your whole team. Everybody on your team will be moving fast like a bunch of maniacs. You'll get the extra healing buff from Heavenly Agility. It's a very good item. Shield of the Underworld is a very interesting item on Bellona 2 because I've had it a few times where Shield of the Underworld pretty much killed a hunter that was attacking me. You're already super hard to kill. Shield of the Underworld is just going to make it even harder to kill, and it's going to hurt them a lot if they're not careful. Especially if it's just a 1v1 fight. Now, Weakening Curse. I would only get Weakening Curse like you usually only should when they have a bunch of healing on the team. If they have like 2 or 3 healers, or they have like Hercules. He's really annoying with his healing. Just get Weakening Curse. Your team will love you. You'll even love yourself for getting it, because once you activate that, no more healing for them. And then, last one, Shell of Absorption is a very good ability. Active. It's super powerful. It's going to make your whole team even stronger. It's going to be very hard to kill a team with Shell of Absorption on them and Sovereignty and Heartward. It's a very good item. Very good. So those are the items I suggest. And now we're going to take a quick look at her abilities. Oops. Alright, first we're going to start with her passive, the Master of War. And upon giving or receiving hits from basic attacks, Bellona gains protections and movement speed for 4 seconds with the max of 5 stacks. So you could basically just get extra 20 protections and 15% movement speed. It's a very powerful passive. It got nerfed. It used to be, I think it was 5 protections and 4% movement speed per stack. It got nerfed a little bit. It deserved it, because this is one of the main reasons why Bellona is so strong. Her passive is very powerful. For her first ability, she has Shield Bash. Basically, you have a very short dash that does a cone attack to the first enemy that you hit. the enemy that you hit is also slowed, and you gain a stack of block for each enemy that you hit. Now, a stack of block will absorb basic attacks, and it will reflect damage back to the person that attacked you. And you get an extra block for every 3 successful basic attacks you get. So, if you're going to get basic attack heavy gods, I've seen people a lot of time using Scourge. Don't use Scourge. Use Shield Bash. If a hunter is attacking you, your shield, and you have your shield up, they're not going to be able to hurt you that much. They're just going to feel dumb because they're trying to crit you with their Deathbringer and Rage and Malice, and it's going to do nothing. And you're going to see a trend here with every so many basic attacks, you get something extra, mainly under 1 and 3, and which is why special attack speed is very good on her. Yeah. Now with her nerf to her Scourge, Shield Bash is a very, very powerful ability. Very strong. Don't see many people use it. Not compared to her 3, but it's very powerful. Now Bludgeon is, it's an okay ability. It can do a lot of damage. It gives your basic attacks an AoE, which are very good. When you use it, you want to try to hit as many enemy gods as you can because it's going to increase the damage by an insane amount. I mean, I've easily hit people for like 500 with this when I slam the hammer down. But here's the issue with Bludgeon, and why you gotta be careful with it. It has a long wind-up time. Very long wind-up time. And that means you can very easily be stunned, and you lose out on all the damage after you drop the hammer down. It sucks. It happens a lot. So I don't expect it to happen if you're going to use Bludgeon. Still a good ability. Still very powerful if someone on your team gets, like, a mirror stuns a couple people. It'll still do a lot of damage. It's pretty good. It has pretty good reach too. It doesn't seem like it has that much reach, but it's actually pretty decent. I've got some kills with it, which I didn't think was actually going to reach them. This also going to be pretty good early game when you're if you're in the jungle or in solo lane. It can clear minions very quickly just because you'll be hitting all 3 of them. And with Death Toll in solo lane, you'll be getting a lot of health and mana back. Now, her most famous ability, Scourge. This is the ability everybody knows Bellona for, and it's also the ability that made everybody hate Bellona. Well, at least I think it is. So basically, Scourge, well, you summon a Scourge. It's that easy. The thing with the Scourge is, it actually does a decent bit of damage when you use it. It has a long range, and it disarms. If you don't know what disarm means, when you disarm an opponent, they can't use their basic attacks. So this is also another very powerful ability against hunters, which you could just Scourge them, make them disarmed where they can't basic attack, and then just Shield Bash them. So you can go and get your stacks block up, and by the time they can attack again, you'll just be blocking their basic attacks. Very powerful. Now the main reason why it was so powerful before was the healing on it. As you can see now, the healing is 50. Before it got nerfed, and it got nerfed hard, I think it was 115 for every 4 basic attacks. Or 3rd basic attack, sorry. But yes, after every 3 basic attacks, you heal for 50. It's still very good. Still very powerful. So don't be fooled that because it got nerfed, it's not as good. Because, well, it's not as good, but still very powerful. Still very good ability. If you're not going to get someone basic attack heavy and more ability heavy, just use Scourge. It's going to be very good. Also, if you have a hunter close to you, but he's not your main target, just Scourge him. If you're trying to kill a mage, there's not much of a reason to Scourge the mage or disarm the mage, because they don't care that much about basic attacks unless it's like Agni or even Poseidon. Poseidon can hurt a lot with his basic attacks, but you know what I mean. Just disarm the hunter and then focus on the mage if you're planning on focusing a mage. And now for her ultimate. Another very powerful ability, just like pretty much all of Bellona's other abilities. It's Eagle's Rally. Eagle's Rally is a leap, and when you land, you plant a flag on the ground that will buff your protections and power. But it doesn't just buff yours. It buffs your allies' power and protection too. And it actually lasts for quite a while right now. This ability also is going to be nerfed in the future. Mainly the duration is going to go down. But it's also only on a 55-second cooldown. It's a very powerful team fight ability. Just plant down in the middle of a team fight. The enemy team's going to either have to fight you in it, which they are not going to want to do because an extra 50 power and 35 protection for your whole team is pretty crazy. Now, it's only physical power. So just remember that. So if you're a mage, well, your Bellona is not helping you out any. Except for some protections. But you get no power. It's on a very short cooldown when you get it fully upgraded. Just 55 seconds for this ability. That's insane. This ability is super powerful. And oh, how could I forget? If you land on someone in the middle of this ultimate, it stuns them. Like this ability needed any more help to just be awesome. It stuns people. It's very powerful, very good, and this is all the main reason why Bellona is such a strong god. She's very powerful, but at the same time, she's very fun. Have you never tried her just because you think she's OP and don't want to play OP gods? Well, give her a try. She's a lot of fun. You'll love her. And don't ever just let that be a reason why not to play a god just because you think it's OP. I get that. I understand that. I'm kind of like that too, where I don't like to play overpowered gods. But it's still good to learn how to play because you never know when you might just want to win a game. And Bellona will win you a game. So, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope this helps. I hope this helps some for anyone that has not played Bellona that much or is not that familiar with Bellona. And, well, let me know down in the comments section what god you'd like to see me do next. And thank you for watching, and have fun.